Итак, всем привет, мы продолжаем играть в диско Elysium. Оф, так. А чё звук такой громкий? Он всегда таким был. Тише сделаем. Ага, все. Что это? А, понятно. Так, бежали через мост. Так, куда ты бежишь? Ага.
Rust peels off the bent iron posts of the swing. The wind whistles through the skeleton of the small house behind you.
In this yard?
He's assessing the situation.
Someone thought they could have a summer house in a bloc obscur, for cheap. It didn't work out. They abandoned it, a black bloc, a part of the city left unrenovated after the war, or one that has fallen to gang. Practically, it's not an official term in any way, but look around. No sewage, broken power lines, crime, drunks. Life is tough. Yes, for you to pick up as part of the Jamrock shuffle.
It's not meant as nagging.
We should move. I don't think we will solve the murder with forays into the...
Я все еще не знаю, кому его сдавать. О, я нашел пленку.
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reels attached to the apparatus. You press the large button marked Commencer, and the tape starts spinning. There's a small delay before the song starts playing. It sounds like someone's moving in the room, getting comfortable. Then the organ starts playing, telling you about the tiniest church in Cessons, surrounded by even tinier yard. You almost, within seconds, you know this is the one. The real shit you've been looking for. The one you trust. A click, then silence for a bit. Then the tape stops spinning. Of course you could sing this. You could take sad to a whole new level with this. And you already know the lyrics since you've listened to it. Like, yep, they're all here. And the B-side of the tape contains the instrumental version. It's like the world itself is telling you, Gart, you have to convince Gart to let you sing karaoke in the whirly. The lieutenant watches you pack up.
Понятно. Так, сюда выходить нельзя, а запол, да? Ну ладно, побежали. Оп. А, тут не выйти, да? Ну ладно. Ой. Топ. Кто-то. Помятая канистра из-под топлива.
A banged-up motor carriage lies half submerged in the icy water, slowly sinking. It must be cold and lonely. Remember the tire tracks in Martinez? This is where they...
It appears to be so. I agree. We should definitely investigate.
You get a sudden sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage in the deep, dark, cold water. The logo is too deep in the murky water. You can't make it out, but you do see a monkfish float. The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it out would require a team of specialists.
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet.
The estimate is correct. The incident probably occurred on Sunday evening.
Let's wait for the low tide.
Great idea. Then we can get the things inside. The joyrider must have left something good inside.
I don't know. An hour or two, tops?
Your mocking tone finds no response, but the motion of the waves.
Yes, quite.
As you sit down in the old, rusty playground, the hinges creak under your weight. Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage in the sea. The tune on your lips forms a string. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance, then, still looking straight ahead, two birds on a wire, whistling by the seaside. The wind blows. In the distance, behind the church, some vagrants. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion.
Well, historically, lychees have been used to
Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
Luckily, I am already a member of an independent organization, and therefore do not have to choose between a rock and a hot place.
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Detective, I've been able to make out the mark ever since we arrived. I find it odd that you haven't. It is a simple and rugged machine, favored by working men, government offices, firefighters, animal control. Yes, 41. What do you think it's...
Does he know something about the driver of this vehicle?
Ничего, да? 40-я модель Купри, вот все.
I'm sorry, Harry.
41. Precinct 41. You feel like you're about to faint and fall off the swing.
А, это наши,
Oh
да?
God, Harry. No. Just nope. Say no to this, Harry.
Yes, your car is in the sea. Face it, so we can start dealing with this.
The lieutenant just shakes his head.
I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you started in front of the whirling, jumped over the canal, and then drove your vehicle in the sea right here. Of whom? I don't think so.
Probably. Try definitely.
Detective, we don't. A rescue operation really isn't viable at this point. I'm afraid it will have to be there like that for many years. Look at it. Parts of it might be salvageable. But overall, this machine... That is very unlikely. You'd be lucky to find one undamaged component in there. In a few well, not cheaper. This motor carriage costs 40,000 real. But in the long run, it still makes more sense to buy a new machine than try to refurbish this. Let's face it, this is a substantial loss to your district's budget. I mean, my station...
This was 20% of the station's vehicular budget.
People are more valuable than machines. Training a police officer...
People, yes, but not you. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and...
You can still whistle. Besides, the night is always darkest before the dawn. Yes, let's go take a look.
Wasteland
Ура,
of
наконец-то эта
reality.
мысль завершена.
Congrats, you're sober. It will take a while for your body to remember how to metabolize anything that isn't sugar from alcohol. So you're going to be pretty ravenous soon. Eat plenty. You can expect your coordination.
Что она мне дала-то? Что? Херня какая-то. Минус, 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 плюс. Зачем мне эта ваша психика? Это, конечно, классно, да, все такое. Но слишком много снижений, я считаю. Конечно, да, он... Все такое. Эх, ну, что-то мне не хочется с этим ходить. Знаете что? Будет потеряно навсегда. Ну, что-то не знаю. Дерьмо какое-то абсолютно. Ну-ка так. Короче, ладно, давайте посмотрим просто на показатели и забудем эту мысль. Я так долго ради нее тратился. А она дала мне буквально ничего. Способы косвенного налогообложения. Давайте это попробуем. Ага. Удостоверение. Охереть. Мундир командира. Ух ты ж, а тут лицо нормальное.
A police badge on which you see the photo of a man.
At least something good came out of all this.
Encased between two durable plastic sheets, you see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number,
Гарье.
the date of issue, and in the lower right corner, the man keeps winking at you with his green-grey eye, but the badge is new. You used an old photo for a new badge. 8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good-looking. He's got a nice hip. What do you think? His face is already contorted by it looks better on him because he isn't in as much pain while producing it. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it.
Harrier? That's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full
Oh.
name. Whoever told
Что
him
это
you're
было?
Harry Dubois didn't.
Ладно.
It's a wartime name, revolutionary. The kind mothers give their sons during troubled time.
It's meant to keep you from bullets, hunger, shrapnel, kidnappings, and worse.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Harrier Dubois.
The badge in your hands shines as you rotate it, catching light.
Lieutenant W. Freighter. The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. The title of Freighter is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain.
Ah,
There are many reasons one would do
боже
this.
мой.
The rank above you in your precinct's décomptage might be taken. Or sometimes promoted officers do not want. And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank. In your case, lieutenant. Décomptage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol Citizens Militia. The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, then sergeants, lieutenants, then a captain. That's basically it, except for kings like satellite officers and the additionally a freighter rank.
The long and short of it is, you're his superior.
You are given the title of satellite officer if your partner is quickly promoted through the ranks and you rise with him. You don't. No, I've been putting up with you because despite it matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea.
He trusts you, for now. Try not to spoil it.
Yes, apparently you've had a rather successful career in the past, and this leads me to believe maybe your current situation is only temporary. Good.
Such a small yet precious thing. Expensive paper caught between thick plastic.
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct 41, with some numbers thrown in there for good measure.
Для красоты.
4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the rank of lieutenant. A new badge usually comes with a new rank. You see,
The pain in your chest tells you you were working yourself. The case created a lot of edge you have to take off. You're pretty sure you weren't doing well. But better? Probably yes.
yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41, like mine says 57. The 57th is mostly in the... It's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district... But then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like...
The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light.
Хорошо. Полицейская волна плюс полицейский анализ. Пока что это поношу, потому что если я эмпатию снизил достаточно до хера. Но даже не знаю, стоит ли менять. Ну, как по мне, он будет покрасивее. Но нет. Просто отражать будет суть, так сказать. Потому что мы все-таки полицейские. Галстук бабочка. И открытка. Так. Плюс одна внутренняя империя. Ну, бабочка добавляет сразу плюс 2. Поэтому я надену ее. Выглядит, конечно, не очень. Я выбрался. Так, не знаю, куда мне бежать. вот дома какие-то нормальные. Там я был. Там следы ведут наши куда-то. Опа, ща.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the
We can sit on benches after.
You can revisit the bench.
Так, там обойти надо, да? Потом тогда. О, что я нашел? +1 к королевству совести. А, я понял, это к этим. Это у меня плюс к способам обложения, это плюс к этим.
These are some wonderfully regular pants. Not too tight, not too loose, moderate in every sense. I know you do. These inter-Isolari pants are like wearing a perfume. You're a little more moralist now, buddy. A little more no.
О. Это у меня... Вот оно. Но. Но я в этих буду. Они получше. Больше дают бафов. А, мне их обходить все равно надо. Ну ладно. Быстрое перемещение открыто. Хижина рыбаков. Где? Карта? Видимо, мне карта нужна. Спойте под караоке.
The noxious odor emanating from the drunken.
Don't you call her? Yeah! Don't call her! Abigail.
Never thought you'd see such a thing in your life. But this guy's a...
Don't call Abigail!
The man hiccups, then mumbles. He snorts and beckons you to lean in.
Don't call Abigail! Don't!
There's no use in yelling at drunks.
The drunk man. He does not sound well at all.
Don't you fucking call her! Hear me? Abigail! Don't call!
There was little
Ладно.
chance he'd be a relaxed.
Понятно. Что-нибудь еще?
Don't call!
There's no waking him from...
Понятно.
Hey, tequila!
У них такие же лица, типа помятые.
Good to see you. How's business? How's the whole reality situation treating you? So what's happening? Yeah, Tequila Sunset. How are the, high concept reality-based adventures proceeding? I know what you mean. Sitting around with these bums, you really get to know the nitty-gritty. Things aren't going super well for Idiot Doom Spiral either. Haven't found those keys yet, haven't won that. It's you! We've met before. Don't you remember? Aha. Do you want to... Let me take a sip to moisten up my chords. Tequila Sunset rolled into Martinez last Friday, and by Tequila Sunset... Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And by the worm, I mean the word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer. and it would be really fucked up if you...
Oh, yeah. The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can.
It was a late Saturday night when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics, were getting our drink on. Nothing remarkable about this. One moment we hear the sound of a motor car.
Do you remember the sound?
Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. Anyway, there was a brief silence. A gasp of silence, if you will. Sounded like someone jumped the canal. We grabbed our brewskis and rushed to the jetty. What we saw was a sight to behold. A beat-up police car. The time! So, naturally, being the curious cat I am, the time hath come for tequila sunset, the end of all things!
Так ты сохранишь больше достоинства. Да его уже
Your
нет.
reality contracted. You jammed the pedal, plowed right up.
Your hands cramped on the steering.
We ran towards the ice, whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt. When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform, recognizing a brother in need, we offered our condolences and invited you to party with us.
What else was there to do? Thank you, brothers, for your help.
We asked about the whole tequila sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now and insisted that we all call you that from then on. No, that's just what your mother called you. Your real name. Ours. It was an all-night drink-a-thon. Then, at some point, how they're beautiful and also whores and so on. How one of them fucked you real bad.
Wow,
Yeah, I bet tequila's a fucking
if you only knew.
You were pretty vague about it, but you kept saying you got
No one's fucked me. I do the fuck.
Abigail!
It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. If I had to guess, I'd say you're still working through some shit. Beside your gun and your badge, you said something about your hope. In retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage too? That's a big one. You told us that they were a bunch of fucking losers whose main interest was cramping. No specifics, though. It was more about you that night. You said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it in no time. And that you didn't need...
A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they reach that level of alcoholism.
Yeah, you said that you'd really behaved unreasonably and failed to uphold... You kept apologizing for being such a... You also kept pausing to knock the heel of your hand against your temples, saying, "Stupid, stupid, stupid." It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why I avoid mine at all costs. We are saving...
Please!
Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking alcohol. That's what we're doing. So now, it's a pirate's life for whoop-de-doo. So now, I'm a fucking storyteller. Right. Why not? Better than a beach bum. It depends, really.
The gleam in his eyes and the slap. You might get scammed here.
Booze. Did you already forget our party? So, have you got anything for good old idiot Doom Spiral? A bottle for a story. Seems fair. In that case, I'm not a storyteller. Wonderful.
Блин, я думал заплатить ему все-таки просто. Ну ладно, ну забирай.
Classy.
Hey, Spiral Boy, you gonna share that?
Shut up, guys. I'm telling a story here. Something happened to you. I was once a reasonably high net worth individual. A founder slash junior partner. I used the profits from my agency to finance what I called a cultural incubator. Abstract. I developed the paradigm, worked within the paradigm, but the burden of leadership weighed heavily on me. So I went 22 full-time employees, an all-star team, a potentially historical set of individuals. It did. with my trusty sensor, but now dreams are worn thin. One day I left on my evening run. As you may know, it's impossible to clear your head when you're just...
He's right. His eyes are clouded. His eyes are your eyes.
So I removed the keyring and put the keys for the front gate and the apartment into different pockets to stop the jam. I was halfway done with my usual lap when it started to rain. The reality's wet, okay? It was raining really hard. I made my way back home and discovered that I didn't have the key to the front gate. Naturally, the situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did. There was no climbing down because I slipped and landed on my ass. Reality was looking rather grim just then, me lying on my ass, so I made my way across the yard. Standing in front of my apartment door, I rang my neighbors' buzzers. It was late, and most of them didn't even answer. People are naturally wary of ad men, you see. One moment someone chats you up, 5 minutes later you've bought a box of edible lingerie. Just then I experienced a moment of clarity. But when I reached my office, I remembered that I'd asked one of my producers to change the locks that day. And anyway, long story short, life spiraled out of control. I haven't gotten into my apartment for years, and my
Что,
girlfriend
несколько лет
left me
просто
because
не
she
решился
didn't want to
выбить
date a
что-нибудь?
homeless man. The company, well...
He pinches his thigh as if to...
So, now you've heard my tragic tale. What do you think? Like nothing you've ever heard, huh? Tequila, I've thought about this series of events for a long time.
Why didn't you go to the...
Well, at one point they came to me, but, you know, I didn't have... I can't say it increased my faith in the RCM. No offense, gentlemen. I don't remember you being such a dick before, Tequila.
Ну,
That doesn't mean you're wrong, though. Anyway, that was all the tale one bottle gets you. Almost empty, this one. Good fucking question, Tequila. If I knew the answer, you think I'd be hanging out on a beach in this? I used to own my reality situation. My business buddies and I had our own creative services agency.
ну как,
Now I
интересно.
can't hang on to anything. Just last week I stole this nice new jacket. But then I lost... I'm
Ладно,
all
давайте мы
eat.
пока
You
что
too.
на этом остановимся, потом договорим. Что же, всем пока.